Oh, I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream, them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture, cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels. With me, as always, my co-host, Thaddaeus Mckee.
Slap it, Pappy, Wayne, Wayne.
On the ones and twos, the wheels of steel, the sauce, boss of Indianapolis, and the last broke dragon. Give it up for Zach Rohn, everybody.
You ready, Indianapolis?
That's a terrible catchphrase.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Ready for what?
Is that your all-star catchphrase?
So I'm like halfway in between. Like I'm trying to do a new catchphrase every time until I find a good one, but I never think ahead. And so I get until the music's playing and I pull some garbage out. Okay. So that's what I'm giving.
You noticed.
Catchphrase out of necessity. That's what you're going with.
Yeah, I think they'll be gold one of these times, though.
Very special guest with us, first time in studio. Now, I've only seen your Instagram handle, but you go by Rob?
Yep,
Rob Sloan.
Yep.
Tattoo artist, muralist, and entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Rob Sloan, welcome to the program.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The glasses is throwing me off.
I didn't wear them up there.
No, you did. It's the first time I'm seeing them.
I didn't mean to surprise you with the glasses.
It's a good surprise, though.
We should have like a well, there's some over there if you like to.
I'll pass on that one.
Well, welcome to the show. We met at a mutual friends network at our friend Stretch.
The homie Stretch.
Friend of the show. Who's actually helping us off camera right now today.
Yeah.
We were at a networking mixer, and I am it's not my strong suit. Networking is not my strong suit. Like I'm good at this. Yeah. I'm good at cooking, and I'm good at like asking direct questions.
Well, you're great at cooking.
Well, thank you.
Amazing chef.
Yes.
But put me in like a foreign situation, trying to schmooze with people I don't know. I'm not good at it. But we talked, and we had a good conversation. Stretch kept coming up to me and like pushing me into talk to me. It was like, come here. You need to meet this guy. But I feel like me and you were just kind of hanging out. I was like, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist, and started looking at some of your artwork and stuff. And I was like, man, we gotta have this guy on the program.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
So tell me about you have a shop on the west side.
Well, it's not my shop. I work there though.
Okay.
It's the owner, Dreamer. He's really talented. He gave me a lot of inspiration over the years.
How long you been doing it for?
Tattooing? Mm-hmm. I'm in my 15th year.
Oh, wow.
15th year.
Yeah. I started in high school. I was 17 when I first picked up a tattoo machine.
How does that start, though?
Probably in ways that it shouldn't have, honestly.
Yeah.
But I got my first tattoo when I was 14.
When you were 14 years old?
Yeah, I was 14. And the person who did it gave me a little brochure.
Yeah.
Because back then, when you ordered tattoo supplies, they send you brochures because they didn't have a website. So they had to send brochures out with every order so you can know what to get next time, maybe, if you order from them. Yeah. That's kind of how it started.
And did you get in trouble for that tattoo?
Nah, my mom was in a motorcycle club, and she had a lot of tattoos. And
so she's like, it's about time.
Yeah, my mom was really different. She was very open to everything that I wanted to do as long as I was respectful towards her. Everything was fine as long as I showed her respect.
Yeah, where was the tattoo?
This one right here, the clown with guns.
That was your first one? This was respectful.
That's you. That's 14?
Yep, 14.
That's amazing.
I was the first person in Warren with a tattoo. And then,
That's a 14-year-old respecting his mom.
Yep, with a clown with guns on his arm, you know.
What'd she say?
She actually helped me pick it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my mom is different.
What year did you graduate?
08.
Oh, wait, okay. So, like, I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit older, but I've seen tattoos, I feel like, completely changed, even within my lifetime. Like, I was thinking, I had to stop by the drive-thru yesterday on my way to work, and the lady that handed me the food had, like, stars tattooed on her face, and whatever, but I was like, man, I used to know I used to know some girls that were like, they would get like face tattoos and they're like, well, I guess I'm a stripper for the rest of my life. You know, like there's only like there was a point where if you had like face tattoos, you could work at a tattoo shop or be like a stripper, carny or something. But like,
there's nothing you ever wanted to.
Yeah, you were, and I feel like now, I feel like the service industry just needs people so badly. They're like, I don't care if you have like, you know, a devil on your face, like I'm out there. Just need somebody to serve these hot Arby sandwiches.
Dang.
Yeah, it has changed a lot. I think a lot of it, the change came from artists actually becoming better artists. You know, if it wasn't because before when I first started, there wasn't that many great artists. Now there's a lot of them. It's kind of hard to stand out now compared to 15 years ago. Yeah, it was easy to stand out if you was talented back then.
I feel like tattoo artists, there's almost like a kind of cult of personality around them, you know, where it's just like, well, we were talking about it because I was like, yeah, like Thad, you don't have any tattoos, right?
Yeah, because I want to go to heaven. I'm not trying to burn out here in the streets. Not trying to go to hell.
So Thad doesn't have any. I only have one, which was like
it looked like you ain't making it.
just one drop.
One's enough. One drop.
What if it's Jesus? What if I got Jesus on me?
I mean, I don't care.
Okay.
I think the clown with guns cancels out Jesus.
I don't care
Jesus
what it is.
Kill the clown. Yeah. All right, let's.
Even if it says "save me," you're going to hell. Okay, I'm not strict on that.
But we were talking about how, like, I guess I'm not in that world because I don't. But like my friends that have like a lot of tattoos, like the reverence of these tattoo artists is like, it's kind of like being a celebrity sometimes.
Yeah,
people like you know, and then like I was like looking at your website and I was looking at all this stuff and I was like, very professional, just like, you got to hit me up for this consultation, we got to do this. And I was like, oh man, like I can see where the mystique comes through, like, you know, like I'm an artist, my time, like I try to do that as a comedian and be like, look,
yeah,
you're gonna have to do a consultation before you book me. I'm like, no, I'll just show up wherever.
Well, you know, I don't even, if I had it my way, I wouldn't even do it like this.
Yeah.
The only reason why is because people will play with your time if you don't demand some type of respect in front. You know, people will abuse your time for sure.
Yeah. And people don't realize that as you get older, that becomes more and more crucial. You know, like I feel like every year my time becomes more and more important to me, and like just like little things like being flaky. You know, people like, I think that's maybe like a younger generation thing too. It's like, I grew up without a cell phone, you know, like I remember like if you said you had to be somewhere, you better be there.
But you know what's really crazy? At least when it comes to tattoos, maybe because it's the younger generation wants them more. They typically don't play about their appointments. Yeah. Like I got a couple like younger clients that are for real about being on time, and I would never ask for discounts and stuff like that. But then I tattoo some people around my age and then they, you know, act a little different.
I liked on there that you were like, everything's a custom piece. You're like, I'm not doing little hearts and butterflies. Yeah.
No, I gotta actually personally know you to do something like that.
And how long did you do stuff like that? Like how long before you were like, I'm not doing that anymore?
Honestly, like 10 or 11 years into tattooing, I was doing what anybody wanted. I didn't have any type of restrictions on anything. Yeah.
What is it? Flash? Is that what it's called? If you like pick?
I was worse than that. It didn't even have to be Flash. You could literally screenshot anything on Google, and I'll throw my best shot at it. I'll try to get it done. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. You probably have some regrets out there. Is that?
I don't really try to look at it that way.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a growing. Everybody got to grow.
Right. It's just like that's what happened.
Yep. I always tried my best, so that's what made me feel better. Even back when I first started, and they was really horrible tattoos.
Yeah, when you're 17, you know, you're just.
They shouldn't have came to somebody in high school for a tattoo. So that's how I feel better about it.
Oh, I love that. I feel like I saw that on the show. Like some guy got mad. He's like this sucks. He's like, yeah, you went to a high schooler. What did you expect?
I charged you $15.
Yeah.
I had a German Shepherd and a Rottweiler outside the room just barking for no reason.
That was your protection back then.
Yeah, for real.
How long? Because there is no. I mean, there's not a. You didn't go to tattoo school necessarily. Like I assume most of it's kind of self-taught and and some apprenticeship. When do you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm a professional tattoo artist now?
Oh, I felt that way as soon as I started working into a shop. At a shop. Yeah, it didn't take me long to feel that way because I was tattooing out of my house for almost 6 years before I started into a shop.
Oh, wow.
And did a whole lot of self-learning, and I just realized that wouldn't get me further quicker. It would just be like a slow grinding game doing it that way.
Now, when I looked at your your Instagram, you have a very specific and unique style of lettering that you do. But then I also saw a bunch of portraits. Are those portraits on there yours too?
Yep. I love doing portraits. I love doing all types of letters, but the reason why I stuck with calligraphy is because I really feel like I work at the best shop in Indianapolis. And I didn't start doing calligraphy until I started working at the artistry room. Okay. And I picked up calligraphy so I could stand out amongst some heavy hitters. Yeah.
You did a piece in a store somewhere. It's like a mural and it's like a portrait and it's got the calligraphy over it.
Oh, the Nap for Nothing store.
Yeah. And
Maxie, shout out Maxie.
It's amazing. I was like, man, has he got someone helping him with that?
Oh, no, 2 unexpected full days. I didn't think it would take that long, but we got it done though.
It's really dope. To me it seems to be like 2 kind of completely different styles of graphic art. I'm an artist in other ways, but definitely not the fine art. So when someone can draw and make it look exactly like a person, that's like witchcraft to me.
Oh, no, that chicken and waffle was fine arts right there, though. That was some fine arts.
Hey.
So do you have your stuff on t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff as well?
That's coming soon. I actually I'm working out an agreement with someone right now. Okay. But all the murals, paintings, calligraphy is still kind of relatively new. I wasn't doing none of this before I started working at the artistry room.
Oh, okay. That kind of tied it all together.
Yeah, well, Dreamer actually purchased Dreamer's the owner of the artistry room. He purchased a canvas that I had saved on my Instagram because I liked it a lot, and he actually bought the original. Oh, wow. So I'm walking through the shop the first week and I saw it and it was a calligraphy piece. And then later I found a seminar and I just felt like I could really use it.
That's awesome. We had one other muralist on before, and it's a very interesting world to me. Like the only thing that I kind of knew about it is did you hear about the Muck Rock controversy a couple years ago?
No, I haven't.
It was like some LA-based artist that comes and she's got real popular and she'll come in and she'll throw up, she'll hit 10 places in a weekend or something like that and do these pop-up murals or whatever. Yeah, and then fly back out to LA or whatever. And it was very divisive because it was like, why aren't you hiring indie artists? And then the question is well, how come indie artists don't have a platform to have a name like that? It was kind of back and forth, and I was like, oh man, it's a whole world of tea I don't even know about.
Well, I feel like some of the people that were saying that were, I don't want to label them as anything, but they was most likely misguided. A lot of artists in general, especially in Indianapolis, because we steal things from other places. A lot of Indianapolis isn't original. So we're kind of slow to pick up things. And a lot of people in every type of aspect of life don't push themselves as hard as they could. So a lot of that is because the people that hired her couldn't find local talent matching her level. And if there was LA where it's talent everywhere, they would be able to pick from 2 handfuls of people.
Well, and I think to me in the Muck Rock thing, I like to support local things as well, but she was finding opportunities. So she was going into places and doing a wall in somebody's taco shop or something like that. So those opportunities still exist out there. There's hundreds of places that don't have a mural in their building, A
lot of people don't, I'm sorry, but a lot of people don't like to, they overvalue themselves and to where they don't want to do anything for free or for a discount. And that's what got me out there fast, because I was so willing to put a piece of me on any wall I can. I was
let
willing
it
to
speak
work
for itself.
Yeah, I was willing to work it out with whoever just for the opportunity. Yeah.
That's amazing. You say you stay up till like 4 a.m. sometimes just drawing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, it's not crazy. I'm not trying to diagnose you.
Well, I do take therapy, so it might be something wrong with it.
But you still enjoy it. You still enjoy drawing outside of I guess work.
Yes, I found a passion inside of a passion, and I just honestly want to exploit it the most I can while I can. So that's the reason why, a lot of people make their own habits but don't realize how powerful that could be. So I feel like I literally created a habit for myself to where I don't feel right without doing it.
Okay, so like, what does that session look like? You're like, hey, I'm about to go draw. Like, you say goodbye to the kids. You go to the room.
Oh no, they're doing it with me. Really? They paint a lot too. They draw a lot. A lot of times when I paint, if it's during the day, like when they're up, I have them paint too or draw. Yeah. Oh,
that's dope.
Yep, I keep them involved.
That's awesome.
I got a video. I was painting today actually before I came up here, and my 3-year-old, she got her toy blow dryer and was helping me blow dry the canvas, thinking that she was actually helping me. And she was just sitting there with her toy, acting like she was blow drying the canvas while I was painting. Awesome. Yeah, I just invite all that.
Did you see there was a story? I saw it Reddit this week. It was about there was some teacher somewhere. It was an art teacher at a school, and it had it was like a 3rd grade art class, and was selling the kids' arts as cell phone case covers.
No, I didn't see that. That's a really good idea, though.
Yeah, it's like
I hope she kicks some of that money back.
That's smart. I mean, who wouldn't want their own child's like art on the back of their cell phone?
I don't think it was their own children, though.
Just like loading it up to Etsy.
Yeah,
selling it on mass.
Just like this random kids.
Well, you gotta make money. You gotta make money. That's my rule.
Let's talk about the food that we ate today. It's time for the Smoking Goose brunch breakdown. Smoking Goose, located at 407 Dorman Street. It's a high-end butcher shop. They do a lot of charcuterie. It is It's almost Valentine's Day, and nothing says I love you like the gift of meat. So check out Smoking Goose. You pop in there.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. They sponsor us, and they sponsor the brunch breakdown, which today's theme in your honor was inked. So everything on this menu was either skin or ink themed.
So I took the first course. I did potato skins. I threw a mix of sharp cheddar, Gruyere cheese, had bacon jam on there, and then a chipotle sour cream that was the sauce.
Those things was amazing.
I'm going to demand bacon jam on all potato skins from now on.
Right.
I want that shit on everything in general.
I feel like, it had a little bit of the sweetness to it. Like, where it's just like, we were talking about how potato skins aren't all created equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on which bar you go to, like, I've had some where they're just like,
they're bad?
Oh, yeah. Just like, there's hardly any cheese on. You get one that has cheese on them.
Or they're really thick in the potato, and they're under seasoned, so you just get like a lot of dry potato.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It was just like,
it's rough out here.
Where are you guys going?
You could tell, like they were all frozen or whatever. Like, but then sometimes you go to a restaurant and you get like a real, like, I mean, you like cut all those out of real potatoes, right? You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't get the fake potatoes.
You didn't get those plastic potatoes.
Nope,
those are handmade.
Not this time. I learned my lesson.
The plastic potatoes, handmade real potatoes. What is that?
The sauce was really good too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, the sauce was amazing.
And then what was that cocktail you made?
So I called it a grayscale limoncello shake up. It was mezcal and limoncello in there, and then I mixed the lemon juice with activated charcoal. And so when you mixed it, it kind of got this like black to gray kind of gradient effect. Earl Grey, sure.
Man, what do you think about that drink?
Man, that shit needs to be sold in Walmart.
Walmart.
that needs to be everywhere.
It was refreshing.
Yeah, it was really good.
I could have had 17 of those.
I probably would have been I probably had to stop at 6.
I'm just
17.
saying,
We're not getting a podcast. No.
They were sneaky.
Then for my dish, I did a crispy Cornish game hen and waffles. So a take on chicken and waffles. I think that was may have been the first time since culinary school that I've actually cooked a Cornish game hen.
There was a I feel like there was a Cornish game hen one time, and it got cooked all to shit. And we had just like a half an ounce of meat that we put on a salad or something like that. You like couldn't feed it.
Can you tell us the difference between a Cornish game hen and a regular hen?
No.
The Cornish ones are tiny.
Yeah.
They're little.
Oh, they're like smaller
baby hens.
Yeah.
Like,
baby hens. Baby hens?
I don't know if they're babies. I think they might just be a different kind of hen. What was your favorite part about the Cornish hen?
My favorite part of it?
Yeah.
Why would you ask me that question?
You're the co-host.
Oh man, did you see my plate after?
No, why?
Did you see my plate? Oh wow. Why are you putting me on the spot? Does he know? It was. I mean, I like the skin and I like the waffle, but at that point I was already getting full because
You couldn't eat a tiny bird. That makes sense.
okay.
It did look. I looked at everyone else's plate. It was like down to the bone, and then yours looked like a little kid that just smeared the food around to make it look like something had happened.
His mind was occupied by then.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, I need to like calm down. I was full. Like I was like, this drink and the skin, potato skin. I need to slow down.
Yeah, by the second course,
This is a
you're
lot of
done.
food.
Yeah, that shit was scrumptious.
Zach.
So then the next one, I used squid ink. I made an orchetti, like a pasta, and then I had some sauteed shrimp with a beurre blanc sauce.
I was really surprised about the pasta. All of it was really great. And I thought it would taste different or even have a different texture, but it was really good.
I was worried. So like the squid ink itself smells like fish.
Yeah.
And not like terribly so, but enough. But it definitely doesn't taste like it the same way.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
But no, I was pretty happy with it. This is the first time I like made the shaped pastas. They kind of did look like little rocks, though.
Yeah, like little Stretch was like, "Can we eat the rocks?"
The rocks are only for decoration. I told you that. And then the dessert, I did a blackberry chicharron cheesecake, which I just kind of incorporated some like crushed chicharrones into the graham cracker crust, and then I mean you ate your dessert, so I feel like you got your.
Well, I got a second win.
You got your second win.
That's what happened.
That's the type of cheesecake I like, though. Like sometimes
really
when
good.
it's just that thick layer of whatever it is, it'd be kind of.
It was very airy. Like,
Very
it was very
creamy,
light.
yeah.
It felt
like a New York style cheesecake,
I don't even know what.
like
cheesecakes
a
is
really
like.
dense one.
Yeah,
You don't like that.
Was there this is the question. Is there whipped cream on there? Did you put?
It wasn't whipped. Yeah, it was folded into like.
But it all looked like it looked like a cream pie.
Yeah. And you would know what that
You know
looks
what? I'm just
like.
gonna leave it right there.
Guys, we talked about this. We said we were going to say that, and then you just said it.
We need to sign on the wall.
Yeah.
Don't say cream
You know what
pie
I mean? That was
during
the
recording.
break.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, break.
Yep.
And he did it. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a team huddle there. No, but it was so like because I couldn't tell where the whipped cream stopped and the cheesecake started. That's how whippy it was.
It was all like folded in, so it wasn't like
There was no whipped cream layer.
There wasn't like
Yeah.
cheesecake and then whipped cream. It was like both of them together were kind of like folded up.
Oh,
So it was just a cheese cream pie.
all right. That's 2.
It was
Oh, that's 3.
That's 3. We're out.
You gotta say it one more time to reset it.
Well, 3 strikes. We're out. If we're doing baseball rules in this that time of year.
So I actually consulted our baking and pastry former meat king, Bridget Horan Purcell.
You called her?
Peace be upon her. Yeah, because I was just wanted to make sure. And she talked me out of doing the New York style cheesecake. She said you want to do a no bake cheesecake, so you don't mess that crust up.
There wasn't even baking involved with that. That was just
that shit was
raw. Almost did it.
Wow. This is why I don't get tattoos. See how they act? See how these people with tattoos act? Not me. Not me.
We all know Zach's not going to heaven.
I'll be in line. I'm like, it was whipped.
If you got a tattoo, if you had to get a tattoo, what would you get?
Jesus.
Harder Brunch Summer Camp. Can we get a Harder Brunch Summer Camp tattoo?
Like, what does that entail?
I mean, we've got an insignia.
That right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually.
Do you want to tattoo us at summer camp?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Oh, we don't have a tattoo artist for the summer camp book yet.
Right.
I
We've
didn't
got a
realize
Botox person.
which is
You got
wild.
a Botox person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's getting Botox?
Everybody's got a
out there?
Botox person.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Botox brunch. Where,
Okay.
like you can come and get your Botox.
I'll skip the needle, but I'll come for the food.
Can you tell that we've had severe Botox?
No, I can't tell.
Yeah, he's 65.
They must know what they're doing.
We're very old. Under these tables are just oxygen tanks and electrodes making us move.
I'm just held together with Botox.
We're full of them. Why did we choose these bodies? Why did we choose these bodies? And we've had millions of dollars of plastic surgery, and we look like this. That surgeon is like hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like on the run. Like, we'll find him. We want our bodies and our money back.
That's funny, man.
Did you watch any of the Cat Williams podcast?
Yeah, I did.
Man, I work at a wedding venue downtown, and we got All Star Week coming up, and I guess Club Shay Shay is going to be podcasting.
Oh,
there.
damn,
And then they're having a party or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like talking to everybody, and I was just like, "Holy shit! Like that's crazy, right?" Club. And nobody knew. It was like some girl named Shannon Sharp's going to be here. And I was like, I looked around and I was like, "Oh, it's all white people. Nobody knows what any of this is."
Shannon, she's pretty buff. So
She's strong.
no offense, Shannon.
Do you?
Yeah, because if Shannon Sharp came down here,
I would shake his
We'd all
hand like
get-
a firm handshake.
we'd all get beat up.
Nah, we can take him.
Off.
We got stretch here.
Shannon Sharp looks like if Stretch did steroids.
Yeah, that is true. Thank you for connecting the
Yeah.
dots.
He probably can't stretch as good either.
Yeah, stretch is like a diet, Shannon Sharp.
It's a pre-PEDs.
Stretch got a bunch of Botox.
He's all Botox. He's 90 years old, still wiggling.
Do you do anything special for All Star Week?
Well, I got a couple. I got an art show. Well, it's a collective of a different event, but I'll be the only artist there, so I'm trying to show out as much as I can.
When and where?
It's the 16th from 4 to 8. Little Coach, Coach K, who owns Quality Control, that's his son that's curating the event.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So I'm expecting to have a good time and meet a lot of people.
Nice. About to say, how many pieces do you bring to something like that?
I'm gonna just try. I'm filling up the car.
Yeah.
They told me to bring 4, but I'm just bringing as many as I can, and they got to tell me to put something back. Yeah.
Now, do you sell prints too, or only originals?
I do sell prints, but I only make prints to the canvases that I get scanned because that's how I get really good prints. I don't want it to be like a average or poor quality print. So some of the canvases that I've had the most success with online, I finished the day of. I gave a canvas to Adam Sandler. And Damian Lillard.
I saw that on Instagram. How did that happen? How did that come to be?
Well, Stretch, he helped me with the Adam Sandler, and he told me where he would be at, and so I just waited at the hotel after his show, and he showed up, and he gladly took it. I had a couple people helping me with that, and he was doing a multi-city type tour, so he wasn't accepting any gifts.
Oh,
so a lot of the people that I had help, that's where they got blocked at. right there. They couldn't help me.
Couldn't get past that.
Yeah, he saw it and he took it. I had to stop him from taking the canvas to get a picture. That's how quick he was trying to take it. Yeah, so I felt good about that.
So are you like a huge Adam Sandler fan, or how did that come? Like,
I am. I try to only pick people that I'm actually a fan of, because if I got to stare at you for almost a month, I gotta, somewhat like you. Yeah. But I think everybody is in some way or form an Adam Sandler fan.
Oh yeah, look, Zach and I were just talking this. Yeah. I was like, like when I was in high school, it was like Adam Sandler, Bob and Tom, ICP. It was like all this stuff that makes like 16-year-old kids giggle. I remember like listening to like Adam Sandler's like his albums, like the comedy albums where you just do like the weird like sketches and stuff like that.
My thing was the movies.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Even though they were comedies, even because I painted The Waterboy, and the reason why I picked that is because there's a bigger lesson in that comedy. That you could be counted out and still win. And I know that might sound a little cliche because it is strictly a comedy.
But what you're saying, Waterboy, there's like a deep meaning.
Yeah, there's a deeper meaning in that to me. It is. Yeah, because he was counted out. He wasn't even supposed to play on the football team.
Well, he was mentally handicapped, right?
Mentally handicapped, but nobody really decides how far we could go besides us.
You turned me around on this.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny. I previously was against mentally handicapped people playing football.
Did that movie piss you off originally? Like when you watched it, did you get upset that he turned it around in the end?
Well, I don't know. I'm more just against people with disabilities hitting their heads more.
Oh, it's good for them kind of angle.
CTE.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You pulled it around. Okay.
I'm against it. We're not pawns. We're human beings.
If you're for giving the mentally disabled CTE, then I don't know. Yeah.
So you felt like it was kind of like a almost making fun of mentally handicapped people?
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah, it kind of was. It kind of was. I never looked at you. I don't even like the movie no more.
He had a bad stuttering problem.
I think they just kept it real vague. They just kept it real vague. Like he's different.
No, I mean,
if you watch it again, you might change your mind.
Yeah,
because that's kind of doing a
here's
bad
the thing.
thing.
I am like I love all types of people, and that's why I'm not writing my book. Touch
down.
Well, yeah,
touchdown.
I was talking like sometimes with comedians we get these ideas. I was like, what if I wrote a book about mentally handicapped people playing football? It was called Touchdown Syndrome, where like they're just like addicted to getting touchdowns.
You could call it touched down.
Touched.
Yeah.
Downs.
Yeah. Because like somebody being touched. You never
heard that?
That just went dark.
No, that's never mind. Fuck it.
This is gonna be what you call me up in a few days ago. Can you just take that part out? Take that whole middle part out.
That whole middle part. No, I'll do that myself.
I've gone on record saying I love all types of people, and so it was. But then it was like, yeah, who wants to watch? Not watch that, but who wants to read that book?
I think it's funny that you think that the tattoo is what's going to keep you out of heaven.
My books are.
You should definitely read the audiobook version to your book too. That'd be interesting.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I think everybody that has an audiobook should be doing it.
Let's take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
This week on the After Brunch Podcast.
I said on Sunday, hey, we're doing that after brunch on Wednesday. And Thad said, I have a show. Yep. I will not be there. I have a show. And I said, not a problem, man. We will get that. We'll get that taken care of. So then we booked 2 people, and then he came in and he saw everybody here and he goes, oh, I had plenty of time to do this episode.
He debated about whether or not he was going to do part of the co-hosting. I tried to talk him into it because I just wanted to see.
We're just gonna share the mic.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know how he thought it was gonna work, but
now it's great because it really is a cuck chair situation where you have to like watch.
Thad is just sitting in the corner watching me do it. Watching me do a terrible job. Fuck his wife.
Join us at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Welcome back to the program. We were talking text messaging earlier, but you touched on something you want to said about you were talking about how mental wellness, mental health was very important to you, and that you were doing something inspired by that, or you were inspired by that.
Therapy. One, I found a really good therapist. I honestly don't have. I'm kind of cutthroat when I meet new therapists. Mm-hmm. I'll drop them quick. I'll even tell them mid-session, like, yeah, this ain't working out. You could go to your next client.
Yeah.
My wife is laughing because she saw it firsthand. But outside of that, you're doing having productive habits is very good for your mental health. Yeah, so I gave myself new habits. Yeah, and that's helped a lot.
I think it's just being very self-aware, because I feel like there's certain people that I probably would be able to quickly decipher that this person's probably not going to be able to help me based on their vibe. Right?
Yeah.
So what is something that when you talk to somebody that like clicks in the positive way?
That's a good question.
I honestly don't have a recipe or things that I look at. I just listen to my gut. And usually it never fails me. The times that I go against it, I end up paying for it.
I mean, honestly, that sounds really smart, because I feel like a lot of people stay in a suboptimal situation because they want to be nice, or they want to like not, I don't even know what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like telling them right when you feel it, like, because at the end of the day, that's going to be most of it, right? The person you feel like you can connect with, like, I'm sure they all have expertise. But
the therapist that I got, we kind of really have nothing alike. We don't look the same. We don't talk the same. We don't like the same things, but the energy is there. Yeah, a lot of people doubt their gut. I'll be saying this a lot, but doubt is the devil. Like, that's how the devil could, if you believe in a devil, that's how it got power over you if you doubt yourself.
Yeah. Man, it's very interesting. I feel like talking about how tattoos have changed. I feel like mental health has come so far where, like, 15 years, like, I don't know. I feel like when I was a teenager or whatever, the idea of like a man talking about therapy, especially black men, like being able to like talk openly about going to therapy, about their mental health. Like, I'm so glad that has shifted in the other direction, where it's almost, at this point now, it's almost like, oh yeah, like when you talk about like therapy, people are like, oh, I should be doing that, like, oh, I stopped going, but I'm getting back, it's like best practices almost. Like, and that was something that was like, man, I think about like my grandfather's generation went to World War II and came back, and then it was just like, just bury it all down deep inside. And then you wonder why, their heart explodes when they turn 70.
No, that's true.
Explodes.
That's definitely true.
Therapy's good. That's all I'm going to say.
You should say more, though.
Talk more,
please.
I mean, a therapist, I really have nothing to say.
Have y'all taken therapy
I'll
before?
joke about a lot of things, but therapy is not something I make jokes about.
I need to, probably as an adult. I did some childhood therapy.
Yeah.
You did childhood therapy as an adult?
It's half price.
He said, I want the therapy Happy Meal. Give me the kids meal.
Therapy Happy Meal.
No,
this through a lot as a 10-year-old.
This is kind of embarrassing, but I was such a mama's boy. My mom got attacked when I was like 8 years old. Like, somebody broke in the house, picked up like a candlestick and tried to like bash her over the head with it, and then she got away. But when they came back with the police and stuff, he like pulled out like a knife out of like the like a butcher knife out. It was gonna kill her, and like, you know, whatever version of that they told me when I was 8 years old was traumatizing, you know, to a certain degree. So I grew up living with my grandparents and my mom. My mom, you know, she's 26. She doesn't want to live with her parents, so she got an apartment, and so that felt like my parents got a divorce. You know, like, why don't you live with grandma and grandpa, you know? And so I never felt like comfortable or safe in that apartment. And then she got attacked, and we moved back in with my grandparents for a few more years. And then she eventually bought a house and we moved out, and like, I just never felt safe. And I think it was probably subconsciously, you know, last time you moved out, something terrible happened, you know? So I was just always around my mom. Like, to the point where it got weird, you know, she was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta shut this door, like, you need to, you know, like, you can't sleep in my bed, like, you're shaving, you know, like, no, I don't know, I was about 10 or 11 years old, and I remember we had to go to therapy, like, and then she had her own stuff obviously work out, but we had to go, and like, and then that's also when I discovered that my therapist had a stack of Playboys in the basement. So I'd be like, I have to use the restroom. I think I should go downstairs to use the restroom. You guys have about an hour, right?
Damn.
So these pages are sticky.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I guess I have different memories of therapy than maybe most people.
Well, that's the one thing about trauma, man. Sometimes we don't even remember what gave us trauma. Our brain won't forget, though, you know?
I mean, it is wild, like, going to therapy and then getting sexual trauma as a kid. That's a lot.
It wasn't trauma, no. It was,
I mean, then getting off every time you go to a therapist.
I mean, I was at the age where if you just saw a naked woman, like, that was, like, you would take that home for later. You know what I'm saying?
Like, take mental shots.
Yeah, you're just taking, like, mental snapshots.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, we didn't have a cell phone in our pocket with all the world's pornography on it. What do you plan on doing with your kids, like, when they go through puberty? Like,
well, we got one that went through puberty.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's 18 now.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Neither of you are old enough to have an 18-year-old kid.
Well, we just look young, I guess.
Kids are like 25. You're 25?
No, I'm 33.
Oh, yeah.
So, is that weird? With like, do you have to have like awkward talks about the cell phone?
The hardest thing to me is that, you know, underestimating how much these kids already know. Like, a lot of times you're late to that talk. They already know about it.
You try and beat them to the talk.
Yeah, it's like you should start before they're even 10. Like, you should start super early because these kids nowadays know too fucking much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's just my opinion.
No,
though.
I mean, that makes sense. Because like I remember my mom gave me like the talk, and she tried to be real. Like, I think it just kind of accidentally, like, she wasn't planning on giving me the talk, and then we just were there.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to be real scientific, and she's like, you know, when you become a man, when you get excited, you know, your penis will become hard. and you will ejaculate semen, which will, you know, shoot out and, you know, impregnate women with. And the first thing I thought of was an Indians game, and bases were loaded, and someone hit a grand slam, and everyone stands up to cheer and gets excited, and they just start ejaculating everywhere. And I started crying, and I was like, I don't ever want to be a man. That sounds terrible.
Well,
You thought it was like uncontrollable ejaculation.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, my mom used to show me full blown STDs on people to scare me. Like, I probably
on her friends and stuff like that.
Nah, just on the internet. Man, if she showed me that shit in person, I would need therapy a lot earlier, man.
Look at your uncle. Do you want to end up like that? Is that what you want to be doing?
Look at this.
Said, look at his goddamn veins. Nah, it wasn't like that, man. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
It took me a while to have unprotected sex though, because of stuff like that. It took me a while to not use a condom. Hey, I'll just keep it real.
Facts.
Yeah. I did not want herpes. Okay.
Yeah.
That shit looked uncomfortable.
I was a teenager in the 90s, and they convinced everyone that you were going to get AIDS.
Oh yeah, the 90s AIDS was everywhere.
Oh yeah, it was
on water fountains.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I do know that, like, you had your sex ed classes, and there was a lot of science in it, but it was very disconnected with anything, you know? Because, yeah, I had a very, like, the same thing, like, they made sure to tell you that you couldn't just get AIDS by touching people, but I had wild ideas about how you could get it. Like, you'd kiss somebody and then you'd like worry about it.
Really?
And then like, it was stupid, right? There's no way. Like,
you shouldn't open mouth people's sores,
especially the girl with AIDS.
Yeah, I think they separate girls and guys and they talk to them in different classes. I think that's the mistake. You talk to everybody in one class. There's nothing hidden because now that you feel like there's extra information in there as a boy that you're not getting, like, oh, you don't need to know this, but actually we do need to know this stuff. We do need to know what tubes are and all that.
The tube technology.
Tube technology.
No, I went to Catholic grade school, and so when they separated us, it really was like I remember they were like. They threw us like a stick of deodorant. They're like, you're going to start stinking. Put this on. And they were like, don't have sex till you're married. And that was about it. And then the women came out, the girls came out just shocked.
Yeah.
They told them a whole bunch of other stuff.
Like they got like the HD videos.
They came out traumatized.
Cartoon
did y'all see that
drawings.
Dave Chappelle episode where he did sex ed? It was a principal. He said, if you want to teach the kids not to have sex and do it safe, have the principal and vice principal have sex in front of the class. And it was two old ass people rubbing each other. And it got dark.
I remember that.
That would have worked for me.
He was going through a hard time.
Yeah, that would have worked.
But that's what I'm saying. Bring them in the same classroom. No secrets, because afterwards you go, like, the guys are like, hey, what did you guys talk about? And they're like, well, we'll have to talk about it later. We can't talk about it here. And then it becomes a private conversation in the home, you know, like, hey, come over and I'll show you what they showed us. And then all of a sudden you're having sex.
See, I think it's something more like you just can't trust the boys with some of the stuff. It's like it's like in PE when we had like archery and the girls got to do archery, but the boys had to do basketball for an extra week because they didn't want to give the boys all the bows and arrows. And I feel like that made sense.
Wow.
Like that was a good policy.
So you're saying in sex, guys have the bows and arrows?
Yeah. Well, I think that they just, you know, if you just give them the deodorant and tell them to figure it out, you bought yourself another couple weeks.
Because guys are going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You
give the girls all the information so that they can be prepared.
Can protect themselves.
Yeah, so they can protect themselves. And,
that's a strategy.
Right. It's divide and conquer.
I think they were just getting women ready for the real world. Be like, you're going to need a bow and an arrow because these men are out here everywhere.
You can smell them by the deodorant we gave you.
We gave them special tracking deodorant to give you a heads up.
So you know when they're coming.
That's what Axe is.
What is, I'm trying to ask this delicately. What's the weirdest body part you've ever had put a tattoo on?
I'll tell people no. I don't care. I'll send them out to somebody else. Yeah.
This is not how you get down. So it's like,
oh, you don't do like,
I want my butthole tattooed.
Yeah, I'd be like, fucking no. We got somebody at the shop for you. I'll help you set that up, but no, I'm not doing it.
So we're gonna need to find somebody else for our Harder Brunch dick tattoos.
I'm just doing a cover up of my butthole.
It's like, yeah, we have a nice female artist.
They really bunged it up.
That's terrible.
So I have one tattoo, and it was like a joke. Well, it started off as a joke tattoo, but like I had a friend who basically he would always brag about like all these women that he had hooked up with, and so I was just like, man, if you ever have sex with 3 women at the same time, I was like, I'll get a tattoo of your face on my ass. This is my hero on it, right? And then he did.
You don't got to show me either.
Yeah. I immediately backed out of it. I was just like, no, I can't do that. I can't put my hero and my buddy's face on there. But then his birthday rolled around, and I was like, well, maybe if I just got his face on there, that would be pretty funny. And I feel like it was like at the height of like Jackass and stuff like that, you know. I was just like, okay. And I'm like thinking like, I never had to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, I forget that I have a tattoo most of the time. Most days I forget that I have a tattoo. But I would like.
You're a good friend, man. You're a great friend.
But I have a whole bit about it. But I was living down in Bloomington at the time, and like I kind of told the guy, the tattoo artist, the story, and like I brought him the picture, and like he's doing it, and like I didn't even think about the fact that like getting an ass tattoo meant that I was going to have to show my ass for the rest of my life. You know, like there was like such a like even like in the shop, like he's doing it, and it was like an open shop, you know, so like people are just like coming in and looking stuff, and I'm just asshole, you know, up in the air, and I'm just like, oh man, there's like not a privacy curtain or whatever in here. And then when we got done, he's like, oh, go show. Like he had like two like they were like hot goth like piercing chicks in there. And he's like, oh, go show them, and I'm just like covering my dick and balls, you know, and it's like, here's my butt tattoo, and I was like, oh, I didn't think this through at all. Like this is my life now,
man.
You could have thought about it in the parking lot and just left.
Yeah,
right. Where are your no zones for tattooing? Like, where do you stop? Just for those wondering. I mean, maybe that was a bad question.
Men, of course, have more restrictions than women.
Like, you won't do a shaft.
Nah, hell no. I would almost take that as disrespectful if somebody be like, hey, tattoo my dick. It's like, man, we can both go outside real quick.
To fight?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
What about Dick Root? What about this is the side
ain't
of the
nothing
root?
close. That's nothing close to that. We gotta be.
Man, we're never gonna get these Harder Brunch tattoos.
Yeah, you might have to cancel that one, but
had to compromise a lot on this vision.
it gotta be by the belly button, man. That's as low as I'm going.
Yeah, you don't do the pubic area for
tramp steps and by belly buttons, man. That's about it.
Will you do the butt cheek?
Nah.
Now, girl butt cheek.
I've done it a couple times, but honestly, man, a lot of people don't even want to get tattoos like that. It takes a special type of person. So when they go through some shit like
that. When he said special kind of person,
no offense.
He looked at me like I had touchdown syndrome.
He ain't gonna be good at football. Oh man,
a special type, man.
What?
Have you ever done the stomach?
Yeah, I'm tattooed. I don't know how many tattoos I've done, but tattooing has always been my main thing. Every job I had came second. I done called in and quit jobs over little next to nothing. You know, like tattoos always came first.
I mean, and there's so I'm very jealous because that's like it's such a skill that I like the idea of you can stack your money by your hustle. You know what I'm saying? And like almost immediately, it's not like people aren't typically paying for tattoos. Like, I'll send you a check in 2 weeks. You know, like you do the work and then you get paid for it. So like I feel like you can be a little bit more of a master of your own destiny. You know, like. I guess stand-up comedy is kind of comparable to that. Like, if you can get those bookings, you can go out and...
Well, you prove with your work. You know, it's a meritocracy. And I think that's the same with tattoo. If you sucked at tattooing, people would stop going to you.
Well, it's crazy is there's some people that are not good at all, and they stay busy. You know, art is one of them things to where...
What?
Yeah, I'm for real.
That doesn't make any sense. Shout their names out.
No, it does make sense.
It does make sense because you know for a fact that there's comedians that stay busy that we don't.
Yeah.
You mean maybe they just have a lot of friends and family members?
Well, I mean, you can be good at marketing.
Yeah.
You can be a better marketer than you are at your craft and outperform somebody who's a genius who can't promote themselves.
It's one thing to go to a bad comedy show. It's another thing to get something permanently inked on your body.
Well, you know, comedy shows, the one thing they have in common is 80% or more of the crowd is already drunk. You know, so like they might laugh a little bit more at something compared to if they were sober. They might just be stone faced, but since they've been drinking, they're having a good time in the right environment. You know.
Oh yeah.
I also feel like you're invested to like want to be in on liking like your tattoo.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you got it right. Like if you go to a or do people freak out a lot or
no, they don't. But it's almost the same as going to a barber that's not good. Some people don't know what a straight line looks like. You know, they really don't.
I feel like, I feel like a consultative. Like if you show me something like, hey, I'm gonna draw this exactly like this and put it on your body, and I don't like the way this looks, we're gonna have to have a couple more conversations. You know, like I feel like that's the point where you're just like,
right, yeah, I agree. I feel like I wouldn't get to the point. Like,
I guess the problem is you get the work done and you're like, that did not look like the thing that you showed me.
I have a friend. He has like an angel. And like it looks like this angel's head is getting smashed in, in the worst way.
Does he like the tattoo?
Way?
Yeah. Does he like it? The tattoo?
I mean, I don't know if he likes it. It's we laugh when he shows it, but that just becomes part of his personality.
Yeah.
And so, but like, I'd be like that guy. Who was that? So I don't go to him.
Yeah. No, it's not like that. You know, a lot of people, there's so many reasons why people do stuff outside of tattooing. Some people do it just to be part of a crowd.
Man, I would need you to shout out some bad, not now here on the podcast, but if I ever do want to get a tattoo, don't let me go to Billy Bob upside down face. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just come to the artistry realm. Everybody there is good.
That's a good shout out.
Yeah, we got 19 artists altogether.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, 19 including apprentices, and the apprentices are amazing. Like even down, because I was actually fortunate enough to be part of the interviewing process for some of the apprentices.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was kind of hard because some of these apprentices were really talented. Like one in particular that just started, she could draw better than me. You know, and I draw every day, and she could still draw better than me. She just hasn't tattooed yet. Yeah. Now,
you said there are some people that you work with that will do butthole tattoos.
Yeah, there are a couple probably. Yep. Yeah. I'll take a poll when I go to the shop. I'll put it in the group chat.
You think you have to sacrifice quality if you're going to get a butthole tattoo? Like, you're not going to get as many, like people that, you know, that they do that to be competitive. They might not be good, but they'll do a butthole tattoo.
Oh, some people just got lower standards.
That's what I'm saying.
Some people, things are going right in their life.
No, I want I don't want a butthole tattoo, by the way.
In Philly, somebody actually did that at a tattoo. Philly, I just went to Philly. I got first place best canvas too out there. I felt nice about that. There was a lot of good competition in there, but there was 1,047 booths in this convention center, and all the booths were tattoo related or something vending for tattoos.
And you won?
Best painting. There was almost 40 people that entered, and I got first place. But somebody got their asshole tatted and entered it into a competition. So they was on stage and showed the whole crowd the tattoo, and I was kind of shitty I even saw it. But yeah,
what was it?
It was a face. It was a sideways face. On the there was it was a hole? Face sideways.
The hole was the eye. Of
the
course.
eye?
No, it was like the mouth.
No, you can't make the whole mouth.
And it was a sideways face, so the forehead on one cheek and the chin on the other cheek.
Man,
yeah, it was disturbing.
I mean, maybe I could see like getting like a Homer Simpson or something down there.
Man, this is why I'm going to heaven.
They wanted that shock value.
See, this is where tattoo it all leads to the butthole. I'm not doing it.
It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. First, you just getting your friend's face tattooed on your butt.
Then you're getting your friend's hole tattooed on your face.
And then you get an ass
with a sideways face with a mouth hole being the booty. That sounds like sin.
Before we go, can I ask a really dumb tattoo question?
Oh, there's no dumb question.
Do you have to use a different color ink if someone has really dark skin?
The ink does matter. If if it's somebody that's really dark.
Do you use a lighter ink or what do they?
The brand makes a difference. Yeah.
The brand?
Yeah.
What's the best brand of ink?
I like Triple Black. That's what I use.
Triple Black?
Yeah. It's intense.
It's the blackest of the black.
Yep. They actually, one of the tattoo artists I look up to, he has a big YouTube channel, and he had 5 of the most popular inks and did the same tattoo on one person.
Oh, wow.
In the same area, and got to document the healing, and it was number 1.
Do you ever do like cover up tattoos?
I do if it's easy to cover up, because I'm too particular. If I think I'll see a little bit of it in the background, that's the type of shit that keeps me up at night. You know? Well,
I figured also, like, if you're doing something where you want your artwork to be the main focus of something, then like trying to incorporate that just to cover up something else seems like it might be in conflict with that. So
well, I look at a lot of tattooing as for the client though. Like I post the stuff that I want people to come to me for, to get, but ultimately though, this art is for other people.
Wow.
And I guess I kind of equate that to like cooking. Like in culinary school, a lot of people like come out with these attitudes like, I'm the chef, I'm going to put this dish out, it's supposed to be taken in like this, if you don't like it.
They've been watching too much Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, 100%.
Gordon's my uncle, man. I love that kitchen nightmares.
But like when you get out into the real world, there is somewhat of a trade-off of just like, whatever, man, if you want to put ketchup on your steak, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you like, a well-done steak with ketchup, like, who am I to tell you not to eat it that way,
Yeah, people be talking about me because I like all my shit to be well done.
Well done.
Yeah, they be calling it beef jerky and shit. It's like, man, it's still a steak, all right?
Not a good one.
Man, I'm glad we did not make you any steak tonight.
I'll use ketchup, though. I don't use ketchup.
Can you drop a beat for me there, Sauce Bottles? Rob, thank you so much for being on the program today. That was a lot of fun having you. Where can people find you and follow everything you're doing on social media?
Art by Rob Sloan, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and .com. The Artistry Realm Tattoo Shop, the Art Connect Studio, Instagram also, Art Connect Show. We're doing a lot this year, so y'all should stay tuned.
If somebody listens to that this week and they go to your Instagram and they're like, oh man, I want to get a tattoo, like how far ahead are you booked?
It depends. It kind of changes, but there is a link on my bio to go to my website and you can book directly through that because I'm not the best at responding.
Okay.
So sometimes I take a while to respond, but my beautiful assistant, she'll get to you a lot quicker than me.
Thaddaeus Jake.
You can find me at Thad Mckee. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Threads.
Zach Rowan.
If you got $3, then you can have an extra episode every single week. That's on our Patreon at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Special guest helper today, Stretch.
You can find me at Meat Cake Competition. February 25th.
Follow the money, baby. Follow the money. Let them know.
The alley boy.
He's going to be one of our celebrity judges again. Very excited.
Which is a coveted spot. So many people ask me for that.
Yeah.
Stretch, you're lucky that we mess with you. Because you know how easy it would be to replace you right now? So easy.
That man means business.
Thank you guys for listening so much. Next time you see us, Zach's going to have a lot more face tattoos. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.